Okay, we're gonna start this
I got
over.
a kidney.
Okay, come on, go.
I got a kidney. I got a kidney. I got a kidney.
Where you at?
I love my kidneys.
I'm back on that.
I love my kidneys. I love my kidney.
Hey,
I got a kidney. See, it was a loner till
yeah.
I got a donor.
Now,
See, I love my kidney.
hey,
I love my kidneys. I love my kidneys. And I got a kidney. I love my kidneys.
because I got a kidney. Ooh,
We are going to the studio.
Hey, well done, well done.
All right, everybody. So it's CV,
And it's your boy Telly.
How you going? It's my boy Dave.
and we are here with Shirlena.
Hold on, wait. Y'all didn't say my name. I go four.
We were gonna get you in there.
Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and run today.
Oh yeah, okay, run it back there.
Okay, you know we're gonna do this. Okay.
Okay, run it back,
It's
run it
your
back,
boy
run it
CV.
It's your boy Telly. What's
How you
good?
doing? It's your boy Dave.
And this your girl, Shirlena Sturghill-Barnett.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? We got our special guest with us back again.
Back again
And
for the
right
second
now, we are
time.
currently where we right now?
We're in Elberton, Georgia.
For what? What's the occasion?
It's the camera. This
Right
camera.
there, just
It's for my book signing, Mustard Seed.
All right, how you feeling today about it?
I feel great. It's a blessing. I feel like I'm at home again on y'all podcast.
oh yeah, we had a great time last time.
We
Great
did,
time,
we
great
did,
time.
we
I mean, I
did.
walked in, I saw all the decorations, and you just look radiant.
It has been a beautiful moment to watch all this go down.
All right, it's really,
Yes,
really
it's been-
amazing to see everybody come together, the community, even
Yeah.
us, from outside of the community. You
Yeah.
invited us down. So first off, we want to say thank you on behalf of Can We Laugh
Oh,
Now
yes.
for
Thank
inviting
you,
us.
thank you, thank you.
Absolutely.
It means a lot to us, that people want to have us here. So, but yeah, so let's talk about how you're feeling right now. What this means to you.
It means a lot to me because this has been a long journey.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it means a lot to me. It really does. I'm happy to see all my family support me, and I'm happy to see you guys again.
Well,
Y'all
thank
happy
you. Well,
happy
thank
to
you.
be
Same.
here again.
Oh, for
Happy to
sure.
be
Same,
here again.
likewise.
So, last time we talked about your journey
Okay.
and everything leading up to the release of the book.
Okay.
Now that it's here, like what emotions are you feeling?
It's emotional. I get emotional a lot when I'm by myself. I'm a gangster like that. I just like,
Look, you out here, you in public now. You got to let it all out.
you know.
So-
but it's an emotional thing for me to see it all come to pass. Because it's been
Yeah.
a long time coming. I've been playing this for a while.
Right,
you
right.
said
And I always had it in my head how I would like for it to go.
So take us through like how your day started, like your morning.
How has
like
today
like
been?
was it on your mind? You just like, man, I got this book releasing today. Like take us through like how it started from the morning and how we got here.
Well, I had surgery yesterday. So I'm kind of a little woozy from there.
Just
I got
a wee
up, just a little bit. I was panicking this morning. Had a full about 2 or 3 panic attacks. Running here. Came to the building, helped set up, and went and got makeup done, and went by my cousin's shop, and had to go home, get dressed, and come back down here.
Okay,
Busy day. Busy day.
Busy day.
You've been
Every day has
working. You've been
a-
working
yeah,
today.
Working nonstop.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I guess how so far the book signing, how have you felt kind of having everyone come in, buy the book, seeing the people come in support you?
It's a great feeling. It really is. It's a great feeling.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. We haven't had too much time with the book, but I've gotten to get a good look at it. I know we talked about a few things in this book already. I know I've already seen a few passages from what we talked about last time,
Yeah.
and I want to read something that you wrote and kind of talk about that passage as a whole. I'm gonna paraphrase a bit, but I'm gonna kind of try and get a bit of what we got. So this is from a little midway through the book.
Okay.
This is talking, I guess. I'll read the passage, then we can talk about kind of what it's about.
Okay.
Take it, turn down a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Turn down.
Oh yeah, of course. So this passage right here, you're saying, to hear Mr. Tony's story amazed me. Every emotion I could never express, he was saying. I finally meet someone who had the exact fears and emotions. I started to think I was alone in this battle. I looked at one of my cousins that were there with me, and she was even surprised. At that moment, I knew this documentary was going to be a game changer. Really, I guess my thought is you're speaking on the interview that you had.
Yeah.
And how that interview, I guess, of course, this is more of a lot of details for the book itself, but how did that interview go generally?
Well, that day was kind of emotional anyway. I had never really spoke with anybody else about their journey. Of course I have an organization and I hear stuff about how people go, what they go through, but I ain't never sat down and just heard somebody's story. So when I got with Mr. Jones and he sat there for over an hour explaining like everything he went through and everything he was saying, and to see my cousin that just walked off get emotional because I hide my feelings a lot. I don't like for people to see me emotional. So to hear what he went through, it's the same exact thing I had been going through. Like anything that I have felt and I couldn't express it, he said it all for me. Like the days when he was talking about he'd be on dialysis and he tried to get the moving when he get off, and he was like, I ain't got nothing left in me. I can't do nothing. Like I have nothing left. Mm-hmm. And so it's plenty of days I felt like that, and other days I would force myself, but some days I couldn't. So everything he was saying, I felt like he was like saying it for me, and so that made me feel the type of way I really can't explain.
I guess kind of you felt like you weren't kind of alone in all of this.
Yeah, that's why I started I Love My Kitten, because I always felt alone. Like I felt like I was the youngest person on there. Like nobody understood how I felt. And to sit down and hear somebody talk about their feelings on dialysis, it did something to me.
That's good. I mean, I guess also as well, the experience of having your family and your support system, everyone with you, how do you feel that helped you kind of get through the situation that you've been through?
I would have never in life made it without my family. Like I have I was talking about my cousin that's a nurse. Mm-hmm. I know I get on her nerves, but if I didn't have that to call, like when I'm thinking something crazy or I'm thinking the worst or, to cry to this person, I would have never made it. I without my support team, I would have never made it this far.
That's
you
fantastic.
have to have a strong support team.
So can you describe to us like what you think it means to everybody else that, started from the day one, when you first went to the hospital and, that went through the whole process with you? Describe to us, or the viewers, what you think that it means to them.
I remember when it first happened, I got in the hospital and I went to. It happened so fast. I went straight into surgery. I had to have a tube in my neck and this and that, and so I had to rush to dialysis. Mm-hmm. And because my numbers were so high that the doctor had never seen numbers like that on a dead person or a live person, like never saw it. And so I was in dialysis for a couple of hours, and when I got back, they wheeled me back. I was like overwhelmed because I had family in the hallway. So I was coming through, it was on both sides, and then they was in the room, and it really bothered me with my little cousin, Van, because she's my baby cousin. Mm-hmm. And, I feel like I couldn't show emotions to her because she looked at me different. So I would keep it in, and she never left. Like, my mom and her stayed at the hospital. I wake up, she'd be sleeping at the bed, foot of my bed, and right. She would stare at me because I know it was freaking her out. And that kind of got to me because I'm the older one. And to see that really truly bothered me.
Okay. So now that you have the book out, do you feel like you can be a lot more transparent with your feelings and your emotions as it pertains to your condition?
I'm more better with my feelings when I write. Mm-hmm. I have time to think and I express myself better when I write. I'm working on getting my emotions out now. It's still kind of a little hard, but I'm better than I was. I shut down quick. Like, I just shut down.
Well, I mean, with this book out, your emotions are on your sleeve at this point. Everyone's going to see how you felt, how you thought, the whole process.
So do you feel like you still put a lot of stress on your shoulders or weight on your shoulders to carry the load, or do you feel like I have my support team and we can kind of distribute that out accordingly?
Now, I have a great support team, but I still put a lot on myself. I'm real hard on myself. Like, I get mad at myself when I get overworked, and I talk to myself a lot. Like, I had to, be my own.
Had to hype yourself up through it.
Yeah. And sometimes I get on to myself, too, though. Okay. I go to war with myself.
Hey, you're your worst critic when you come down to it.
I am.
And so now, your kidneys aren't they aren't as big of a concern as they used to be since you got the donor. I mean, you still have to do everyday maintenance to make sure that you're healthy.
Yeah, I still live in fear a little bit because I'm so afraid of going back. So I still deal with stuff as in I don't want nothing to go wrong because I don't want to go back to this place. I still deal with emotions from it.
So is it more as you start to go, now you just put out a book, you said you had some other things in the work. Are those things starting to kind of take precedent over your fear that that things will go wrong?
Yes, I have to stay busy. Like that kind of. If I got something planned or something going on, I don't have time to think.
Right.
So my cousin, which is my business coach, she gets on to me a lot because okay, yeah, I gotta do this. Okay, let me work over here right quick. But I feel like mentally I have to stay busy because I don't like to think. I don't like to be in a quiet room because I think a lot. My mind, is always
Just wondering.
is wondering. And if I see something like I meet somebody, I had a kidney transplant just last 5 years. That fear will come in me, like God, don't let that be me. And I'm working with myself with that. I pray about that a lot, and I knew when I got this kidney, I'd still be on my knees praying and asking God for help. So I gotta must see. I have faith, and I know what I'm been through, and I know God will see me the rest of the way. So I always have to remind myself, and I like to look back what I've been through and what He brought me through. So it kind of helped me stay grounded a lot.
So a lot of times when you're going through things, you know, losing people along the way, and then you end up growing closer to others. And is there anybody that not necessarily like that you might have lost like physically or passed away, that is there anybody that you may have lost as a friend or personally to you that's not with you now, that you don't have, that started with you at the beginning of this journey but didn't make it to the end, and how did that affect you?
Well, everybody that know me, I don't have many friends. I don't. I'm more of a family oriented. I have a few, but I'm real picky with it.
Right, right.
So everybody that started with me is here. It's a couple friends, but majority don't be my cousins.
Right.
So them the people I hang out with, I do everything with. I always type of person, I don't want you in my circle, or I like to be around people that know me inside out, like know what I'm gonna do I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I always been like that. I'm not quick to walk around and be like, oh, you wanna be my friend? Let's hang out. I don't like people like that bringing them close to me.
And it's funny because we just had a toast about 10 minutes ago, and I looked around the room and I could see, like visibly see, the love generating from everybody.
Yeah.
So like how was that for you as you were saying the toast?
Man, the same faces I don't seen at hospitals and at my house events. I mean, these are the same exact faces I always seen. So that same look I seen today, when I go through stuff, I vision those faces that help me keep going. Because I know they rooting for me. It's like I'm not only doing it for me. I'm doing it like this was all our journey. So we've been through this like together.
So going forward with the book, is there anything that you want to tell the people or want them to know?
Well, I had the jacket thing a secret for a while because I was kind of scared. Like I always tried to think what I want to do. My mind been so focused on my organization and this book for so long. I had other ideas to come up, but at the same time, I was scared to put something out. So I have always been into jackets and stuff. So I was kind of, I ain't gonna say scared to announce it. So I knew I was going to announce it today. This documentary, I've been working, for a while, and this Netflix thing didn't nobody know but my mom. So I'm very proud of that also, and it's been a journey. It has. It really been a journey.
Okay, so before we close, because we're running out of time, is there anything that you would like to, anything else that you would like to say, or let them know where the book can be found or purchased?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I haven't. It was 3 ladies in my church. When I first really got into church, well, I got to know God in my situation. I had said before I didn't meet God through church. I met him through a hospital.
Right.
It was 3 ladies that stayed on to me so bad that it was crazy. Like everything I did, they fussed at me, but they became like my heart. There were 3 ladies. All of them was dealing with something in sickness. So I began to look at them, and they would be my motivation.
Right.
And then in my documentary, she spoke to me, and she was like, Shirlena, you keep this fight going. Even if I don't be here, I want you to keep going. And so I got that in my documentary. And the other lady was my cousin, Miss Pamela. Like she was the one that would push me and send me scriptures. And so while I was filming, I got the call while I was filming that she passed, and it threw me off. So I was dealing with stuff emotionally. And yesterday, my elder passed, and that bothered me. That's her picture on my thing.
Yeah.
Because she was on dialysis 14 years. So there's somebody I would talk to that would call me and pray, and she would like sing on the phone to me, and she would remind me of my grandmother, most surely.
Yeah.
Because my grandma was a heavy lady, but I used to love to, hug on her for her arm.
Yeah.
And my grandma always smelled like cough drops and peppermint.
That's all grandmas do.
Right.
And so at church, she smelled like that. And so I would walk to her, and I would just lay on her. And in that moment, I'd be laying on my grandmother. So my relationship with her was different. And when I got that kidney, she called me, she cried. And she wasn't in the state to get a kidney.
Yeah.
And she was just like, we got our kidney. I got my kidney. She was praising God and crying. And I seen her like a Sunday ago at church.
Yeah.
And I don't like to touch people.
Yeah.
But I had to touch her. And when we touched, she looked at me and she smiled. She kissed me. She said, honey, our kidney working good. And the fact knowing that she would still had to go on there bothered me. And so when she passed, it's like it set me back. Like I even thought about canceling my event. Like it messed with me mentally.
Right.
But I truly think there was angels in my life because, everybody doing that journey would push me, and then they started leaving. I felt like, they was placing my life to get me to this point.
Absolutely.
And by her passing the day before my event, and she was talking about being here, that it makes me feel. It did make me feel sad. It still does. But the fact that knowing that she got her kidney also, but on the other side, and I got mine on this side, it kind of bring me peace.
Oh, it's healing on both sides.
Yeah, it's healing on both sides. But
Beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful.
That was a struggle for me being here today with that. But yeah.
Well, I just want to say that you look great.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Your jacket looks great.
Thank you. I'm excited about it.
It's baller.
We are shooting this to everybody listening. So if you want to check us out on YouTube, you will get to see her jackets.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what's on the jacket real quick?
It's my logo. I love my kidneys. And on the other side, it's a warrior shield with KW inside with kidney warrior.
Kidney warrior.
So if y'all want to support,
yeah,
they
support.
should be available when?
I thought Mr. Ron was here. That's who I usually try to go to for logos and stuff. But I guess I'll get with him later. It would be on my website. I probably end up getting another website done just for jackets and socks.
Okay.
But I'm in the process of working on that. I'm gonna work on that with the documentary when this.
Can you tell us what website it is so we can be looking forward to it?
It's www.iloveluvmykidneys.com.
Okay.
All right.
All my information is on there about my organization, jacket, socks, documentary, everything's on there.
Okay.
And my book. You can purchase a book on that.
Great.
Well, all right. Well,
Awesome.
that's been Miss Shirlena Sturghill-Barnett, and we're signing off.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, thank y'all. Hey everybody, it's your boy CV,
It's your boy Telly.
How you doing? It's your boy Dave.
and we are Can We Laugh Now podcast.
Yes.
Today we are here at the book signing of Shirlena Sturghill-Barnett. This is her first book that she has releasing called Mustard Seed. And to my left, we have a very special guest with us today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Trey Barnett. I'm her stepson,
Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you, man.
Really nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
So, can you tell us like what her journey and this book, the releasing of this book has been for you?
Her journey has been very difficult with her, and she's a very strong woman, so I'm very proud of her of how far she's come, and I'm very proud of the steps she's making and releasing this book. It really means a lot to me because I'm able to see the progress she's been able to make towards it, and her journey it's been one hell of a journey. I'm proud of her.
So, how was her struggling with kidney disease affected you personally?
It took a toll on me mentally because she's my stepmom, and I don't want to see her go through that. Go through pain at such a young age. So, with her going through that, I just pray for her, and just wish the better for her. But and through everything, she's still able to support and still be able to be there. So it's like a motivation, put your loved one, your loved one first no matter what, and continue to stay strong. And she's a strong woman.
That's good. That's fantastic, man. I mean, of course, Mustard Seed is, of course, about her faith throughout this journey. I guess generally, how has your faith affected you being with her as you go through this kind of?
my faith, my faith is strong just like hers, by seeing her grow, seeing the person she becoming, allowed me to be the same way, and stay steadfast and stand firm in whatever situation, whatever situation come, it always get greater and better.
So describe to me like the emotions that was going through your mind, on a day-to-day basis, while she was in the hospital doing dialysis and things like that. So just describe me like your emotions and like what was going on.
Of course, you go feel, like sad or or out of the mood or with somebody you love, going through what they're going through. But all you can do is pray and give it to God and have faith in God. Everything will work out.
Absolutely.
Right.
Was there any like specific changes that you had to make to be able to assist her through this, these trials and tribulations that plagued her life at one point?
I checked up. I was in school. I'm busy with. I'm a busy man with sports, and I'm always on the road. Doing what I'm doing, trying to, get my people right. But throughout the process, I'm texting her. Trying to, lift her up and tell her that everything gonna be okay. Just stay positive, trust in God. It's just a trial and tribulation. It will make you better and make you stronger, and that's what it did.
So with her releasing the book, has this inspired you to do anything of that sort, or do anything for yourself personally?
Of course, I got a lot of stuff coming. I don't want to put too much out there, but by her just putting that book out there, I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff in store for myself, and it will be soon that y'all will be seeing. A lot of
empowerment. The empowerment, I like that.
Exactly.
Right. So like, what does like when you came here, you pulled up to the scene, and you saw, had her little sign out there. And it, has her name, Shirlena, and just the scenery. Like, how does that make you feel? Seeing the people come together in the community. Like, what does that do for you?
It gives me like you said, a sense of empowerment. Let me know that anything possible. Like, she took a step of faith in it, and allow her to grow. And allow people to support her to come in and do what she does, and it empowered me.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good. Have you got the chance to read the book yet?
Not yet. But she told me about the book. What all she is like the stuff that's in there, but I haven't like actually read it. But she told me what's all going to be in there. She let me know ahead of time.
That's good. That's good.
Well, we definitely enjoy having you. We appreciate you so much for talking to us and giving us a little insight on the process, man.
Most definitely, man. Anytime.
Tell them your name again.
Trey Barnett.
All right, man. It's been Trey Barnett. We appreciate y'all for listening. All right, so here with us, we have another special guest. And could you introduce yourself to everybody?
Yes, I'm Beverly Sturgill. I'm the mother of Author Shirlena Sturghill-Barnett.
Awesome. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you.
So what has today been like for you?
Hectic, running back and forth, but it's just amazing to see her dream come true.
So walk us through the beginning to now, as far as her journey is concerned.
Oh my God. Like when she first came home from the doctor and told us that we know she had kidney problems.
Mm-hmm.
We already knew that. But her numbers were okay. Then all of a sudden they just dropped.
Right.
And so when she went to the doctor, we thought it was a normal doctor visit. When she came home and told us, it's just like life left me. My only child. I get teary-eyed when I think about it now. And the battle with it, and I was thinking like, it's no way I'm gonna let her go on dialysis. So we started the naturopathic thing. And we had to order this medicine and go to Jersey to see Dr. Sowich. And we tried for so long. For years, it worked for a while. But she was getting sicker and sicker. Then her gallbladder had gallstones. And he gave us something to pass the gallstones. When she was passing them, but one stayed in there and enlarged under her pancreas. That's when the trouble started. They had to do emergency surgery and all, and then they had to put the cord in her neck. And then it was, from then on down, it was down here.
Okay. So how did it impact you personally? Was there any way that you had to modify your life to adjust to her illness?
Like, you can't sleep at night. You be on pins and needles. Every time she would call and that name pop up, you ready to go because you don't know you're going to the emergency room because literally the emergency room was her next home. We stayed in the hospital in the emergency room. And like when I used to go to Dallas and sit with her, and they would say like, "Stop spoiling her. She a big girl," but I couldn't leave her. You know, it just
That's
hurt
your
me
baby.
so
It's your
bad
baby, yeah.
to see her up there on that machine. You know, it brings tears to my eyes, and then and like then when the machine, if you ever seen a Dallas machine, it beeps all the time. So when the machine beeps, I'm jumping, I'm thinking like something wrong, but it's just the movement of your arm that makes it beep and all. But when they called her for her kidney, I was at work. She called me, she said, "Mom, guess what?" When she come to me in that tone of voice, I know it's good news. When she said,
Right.
"Mom, guess what? It's good news." And I said, "What?" She said, "They called me for a kidney." I said, "Oh, okay." They told me to call back in 30. I said, "Okay, call me back when they call you back." I took off running out that plane. I didn't tell her. And they was in there talking. She looked around and I was in the yard. She said, "How did you get here that quick?" I said, "I ran all the way out that car." I said, "I just took off."
Speed in.
Yes, and she was wondering how I got home so quick. And I came in there and she was breathing hard. She breathed hard. She said, "They're going to call me back in a certain amount of time, like an hour or so." They call her right back. And we was on our way to Augusta. And all the way to Augusta, I was praying. I said, like, "Lord, please don't let them call her and tell her it was a mistake."
Right.
Because she wasn't on that list anymore.
Right.
We had transferred to Charlotte because it was taking so long. So we hadn't seen Augusta in a long time. So I was thinking, oh, they done made a mistake. Then I said, "Lord, please, let us get there." So we got there, and the woman even there told us that, "I don't know how your name got on this list because we hadn't seen you." And I said, "Lord, just let her get back there and let them put her to sleep and get this kidney." And I wasn't worried no more. So got back there and put her to sleep. It was a long, long, long wait till she came back. And when she came back, she was crying and I was crying. We was in the hallway just waiting and everything. She got in the room and everything. She was looking like foolish, like she was scared. She didn't know how to react. And the tubes in her and stuff. But it was a wonderful feeling. It's like 100 pounds of pressure was lifted off me. And I was thinking like, "Lord, please don't let this kidney reject. Lord, please, she been fighting for so long. Lord, please let this kidney work." So they give you time to see how much urine you got in the bag. At first it was sort of slow. Then it started pouring out. And I said, "Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus." But it's a lot of pressure off me. I don't worry as much as I used to because she got a kidney and stuff. I worry when she go down there for the blood work because you don't know how those numbers gonna be.
Right.
You don't know what that kidney trying to reject or how it's doing. And then I always text and she said, "I'm on my way home." I said, they didn't keep her, but she's doing well. She outdo herself. She do too much. But she said she done missed out on so much that, like she had yesterday, had to be put to sleep. Anesthesia still in her. She's steady going. She will not give up.
Trying to make up for lost time.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yes.
So, explain to us like what the book means to you. I don't know if you read the book yet.
She won't let me read it.
She won't let you read it?
You got time now.
She won't let her father, me, neither one of us read the book. She said, "No, you got to wait till after the 14th.
Okay.
Tell you what you got to do. You got to order it and have it shipped to the house. You can't let her see what's in the package, and then you got to go.
Well, I can read it now since the 14th is over with.
Oh, okay, cool.
So nobody can read the book except for two people that she get two people that she don't really know that well, that's not related to her, to give their opinion on the book.
Okay.
They the only two persons that have read the book.
So
now I can read the book.
So you haven't read the book, but how do you feel that she even went through the trouble of releasing the book and sharing her experience with the world?
Oh God. Because every time she always writing, scratching down stuff in tablets and stuff. She just writing. I said, "Honey, much of that child write, I hope it come to good one day," because she loves to write. So I am extremely proud of her, in her accomplishment and see where she's going. And she's not stopping there. She's doing a documentary, and she's thinking about writing another book, and she's looking into these movies, little mini movies and stuff. I am definitely proud. It's been a long journey.
Of course. I mean,
Long
full
journey.
speed ahead, and she's got a whole support team behind her.
Yes. My pockets are empty, but
The cup runneth over.
I have to say that just listening to you talk about Shirlena, it's nothing but I don't get any other feeling than a mother's love. And that's one of the best feelings that you can ever feel in the world.
Yeah.
I want to say that I wish y'all the best continuing forward.
Thank you.
Because it's clear to me that God is close and near and dear to your heart, and He's moving within your family.
Yes,
He touched
yes.
you. He touched Shirlena. He's gonna be
Yes.
touching your family for generations.
Yes.
Is there anything that you wanted people to know, going forward?
No, don't judge people by how they look. Now, like she went through a lot of trouble early part of her sickness, whereas people would say like, she's not sick, she don't look sick, and that put a lot of pressure on her. When she would hear things like that, they didn't really believe until they saw the scars. Then they believed, but it was hard on her. Never judge a person by the way they look.
All right.
Because that's one thing she prayed for. Don't let me look. If I have to go and die, just don't let me look like a dying patient.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and talk to us.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been
Thank
beautiful to hear just the
Thank
words
you
from
for
your heart.
having me.
Of course.
And hopefully we can have you back on sometime, Dawn, so we can talk more about your experiences and everything that she's doing moving forward.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Right.
Hey, how are you doing today? We got another special guest with us. Why don't you introduce yourself really quickly?
My name is Marlene Willis, and I am Shirlena's godmother.
Godmother.
Excellent.
Okay. So, explain to us, what it means for you to have this atmosphere, everybody love and support. What does it mean to you?
Oh, it means so much to me because I know that every time that Shirlena had to go through something, I know that God was in the midst. And for me to be, now I wasn't there with them every time, but I'm so close to her mother and her father because we all finished school together. Every time God stepped in, I was overwhelmed. We all was overwhelmed. But I try to always talk positive about when they was afraid that something wasn't going to go right or something like that. I would try to talk positive to them to try to bring a little peace in there for them. Because every time Shirlena went through something, she would get up the next day and you see her strong little lady is going,
Right.
No matter what she had to go through, once she got home, she gets some rest or whatever, she's out the next day. It just showing that she is a positive role model for somebody else that's going through that.
Okay.
Beautiful. I guess since this book deals a lot with her faith through this journey, through this experience, what do you expect people who are reading this book to gain from it?
They should be really coming to pause about how good God is.
Excellent.
God can heal, like she said in her book, and she said in many interviews, that God can heal her from what she done been through. God can heal a whole lot of other things.
Okay. Right.
So in closing, how has today been for you?
Today?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, well, it was kind of, I was excited because I called Shirlene and I said, are you excited? She said, no, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do that. But my day was going good. My day went pretty good because I was excited to be here, but I was worried about her mom going back and forth, her dad going back and forth. And I called her and she said, I'm headed back to Harvard, and it's like 15 after 3. And I said, no. She said, yeah, I'm headed back to Harvard. And I said, well, let me go up here, and because I always want to be there for the family, for whatever they want to do. Today, it's been a blessed day to see this happen, to see her have a book signed because, we don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Nobody knows what tomorrow's gonna bring.
So
Right.
what's your advice for people going through things like this?
To always seek God and trust. Proverbs 3 and 5 I always say, trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Lean not to your own understanding, but I always acknowledge him, and he will. Not he shall, he will direct your path.
All right, well,
Beautiful.
we want to thank you, Miss Williams, for
Thank
having
you.
having this moment with us, sharing this space with us. That's been all, y'all. This is CV,
This is Dave.
Should be anybody telling?
and we signing off.